Hey my friend, this is Nestor Inome with another Elegante Catering recipe, and we're gonna go ahead and teach you how to do this Greek salad. So stay tuned because it's going to be delicious. So we're about to start this Greek salad with some romaine lettuce. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna chop off the end of the romaine lettuce in order to be able to separate the leaves or the stems right here. And once you do that, it's very simple to separate, right? Once you do this, you're able to wash them. I pre-wash it first, and then I go ahead and wash them again if I see them that they're extremely dirty or that they're too dirty or something. Sometimes the pre-washing kind of does a great job, but if you do see them that they're still dirty, hey, you know what? It doesn't hurt by washing them again, okay? So if you want, go ahead and wash them again. These ones we're gonna wash them right now, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now they're washed really good. I washed them really good. And now we're gonna start to do is start to cut them up. You can either break them apart with your hands or use a knife. I'm gonna use a knife for right now. We're gonna separate them in two little chunks. Make sure that you cut them really nice. I like them small. I mean, it depends on how you want it. But what I'm about to do. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and cut them like this, right? And this is what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna need to cut them up again, and this is why, because when you cut them like this, you'll get these long strands. See, you'll get these long strands. So usually what I'll do, I'll just kind of grab half of it, turn it around, and then do just maybe one or two more slices until I see that the pieces are a little bit more manageable. But see, I still get some of these longer pieces, and I kind of check them out as I'm putting them into the bowl. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go ahead and dump them into the bowl, right? And then we're gonna make sure that we cut those longer strands into a smaller bite-sized strands, because when you're in your plate in the salad, you got to think about your guests. You got to think about the people who are going to be eating them. If you're going to have guests, if it's you, then you can cut them as big or as short as you want. But for us, for our guests, we want to make sure that they're small enough for that fork to be able to get in there. So I usually cut them up with a knife to make it faster, and then I just go in there and cut them up with my hands, with my fingers. That usually does the trick and getting them all small. So I'm going to continue on with cutting the rest of the salad. Now your salad is all cut up, we're going to go ahead and start with a nice sized cucumber. And what I like to do is just kind of cut both sides. Start by cutting both sides, and then you can get kind of artistic with this. If you want to just kind of give it a little bit of flair, you can cut some slices but leaving like a little skin in there, little of the skin. And what that does, you can choose to do that or not. It's up to you. But what that does is when you're cutting it, it gives it a pretty cool color or a pretty cool shape. See, and so that can be fun in your salad if you want to. In this case, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and cut the whole thing. But I just wanted to show you that you can do that. You can do a lot of fun things with the salads. Like I like to tell all my viewers is that these recipes, the reason that people love to make recipes is because we can make them our own, right? You can get whatever it is that we're doing, and we can add stuff. We can add ingredients. We can take away ingredients. We can add way more of the ingredients that we like. So if you like cucumber, you don't have to be stuck at just putting in one cucumber. You can actually add way more cucumbers, right? But for this salad, we're gonna add like a traditional more cucumber. And again, here another decision is what size do you do your cucumber, and that just depends on on what you want to do. Usually what we do is, if you're gonna have guests, you don't know if they like it too thick or something, so making it a nice size kind of could be pretty good for each side. Not too thin, not too thick, right? Just kind of like in the middle, kind of like Goldilocks it. That's the best way to describe anything when you don't know if you're gonna be feeding some guests you want to just kind of Goldilocks right in the middle. That way, you know, those people who like their cucumbers a little thicker, you know, they're not gonna be mad, or the ones who like them a little thinner, they're not gonna be mad because it's right in the middle. But so you're just gonna go ahead and continue cutting them, and then we're gonna add them into our bowl of salad. Just kind of add them in there, pretty good, and then we're gonna mix it up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and add that into it. So next on the list is some kalamata olives. These are more of a traditional olive that is used on this Greek salad. But again, you're able to use whichever olive you want. You can, you know, leave them whole like that, but they're a little bit too big. So what I like to do when it comes to the olives, what you're gonna want to do for your kalamata olives is just cut them. What I do is just cut them in half, and then if you want to make them smaller, you can go ahead and just cut them a little bit more, or leave them like this, or just cut them like in quarters, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna cut them in quarters. That's the size that I like to cut them in. So that way, you know, this is a cool thing about olives. Not everybody loves olives, so I like to cut them in a size that you can actually see them, where they're not, where that way people who don't like the olives or who are not totally in love with them, they can actually just, you know, pick them out. But it's all up to you. I mean, this is this recipe, most likely you're gonna be doing it for yourself. So if you like olives, then add them. If you don't, then don't add them. Now the next ingredient on the list is a tomato, and you can use whatever tomato you want. I'm gonna use this one. Just gonna try to get this pit right here. But how I like to do it, just kind of cut it into the middle, then do it again, and then just kind of cut it into some little eighths or quarters. Well, I mean, there's gonna be eighths, but I like to do it like this in eighths. And you can choose to do your tomatoes in whichever way you want. You don't have to do it in the middle. You can actually be cutting them like this in the eighths as you go along, whichever it seems simpler for you. Or you can cut them in squares. I mean, whatever you want. I like this one because they have it makes a pretty cool shape. So this is why I choose to cut them like that. It makes them a little bit more prettier in your Greek salad. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some red onion. The red onion gives it a pretty good flavor and color as well. And what I like to do is I like to add my red onion in little circles. So what I like to do is just kind of cut them like this, and then cut it again. So be careful because it is round, so it might kind of move a lot on you. But once you do that, then what I like to do is kind of take them apart like this, and that makes it, gives it a little bit cool color. You can do them a little thinner if you want. It's up to you. And so that to me is a pretty cool size. I mean, actually it's a little too thick for what I would do normally, but for this salad, that's okay. So now we're gonna add the cucumber, our kalamata olives, add our tomatoes, add our onions, and add our feta cheese, and mix everything very good. Just mix everything until it's to your liking, and I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoy this salad. Let's see how it comes out on one of our plates. Oh my gosh, look how delicious this salad came out to be. It is just amazing. So I can't wait to eat it. But my friends, you know what? This is Nesri Nome with EleganteCatering.com. Make sure that you guys like this video, comment on it. You know, put a picture on there if you can of your salad, how it came out. Let us know if you liked it or not. We would like to know. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you like it, give us share it with your friends. Let your families know about this great, delicious Greek salad I'm about to eat right now.